Hello there and welcome to another episode of Beer Club. Today we are at Kirkstall. Hello there.
Kirkstall Brewery
We're at Kirkstall Brewery. We're doing another brewery tour and we're going to...
Sorry, I'm not part of beer. I'm not part of the...
No, you're more than welcome to be part of it. And yeah, we're going to try out some beers at Kirkstall Brewery, and we'll probably make this into a bit of a Beer Club compilation video now where we'll look at some of the previous beers that we've reviewed on the channel before. So let's get inside and try a few beers out. So yes, today on Beer Club we've come to the Kirkstall Brewery Taproom and Kitchen in Leeds for some much needed fresh beer and stone baked pizza on this hot sunny day. The brewery is found on Kirkstall Road, a short walk from Leeds city centre, just in between the ITV studios and the Archive venue where this year's Leeds Horror Film Festival was held. So we're going to pop inside and indulge ourselves. This is going to be a combination of new reviews, plus we'll be looking back on some previous beers from Kirkstall Brewery that we've looked at before here on Beer Club. First of all, I just want to take the time to admire the decoration inside. This is the type of decoration that I try to go for in my own pub shed, the Mabbers Tavern. What with the amount of artwork and memorabilia on the walls, but of course these guys have taken it to a much bigger level. I was spending a good portion of time just looking around at all the different things on display on the walls. Fantastic. Oh, and of course, the brewery itself can be seen. So as you're enjoying your pint, you can see exactly where it all came from. One of the first beers I ever had from Kirkstall Brewery was Virtuous, an aromatic session IPA coming in at 4.5% ABV. This would often be found on tap in many bars across Leeds, which is where I first came across it. After pouring the beer into a glass, we're getting a light amber straw-coloured beer with a decent sized head of foam. It's a clear beer with just a slight amount of haze and some good levels of carbonation. On the aroma, we're getting a light combination of lemon and grapefruit, a little bit of spiciness in there too, along with some hints of caramel. On the taste, it's bursting with flavour as you're greeted with a touch of mango and passion fruit along with some honey. It's spicy and peppery with a lovely amount of bitterness on the back end that leaves a truly satisfying aftertaste. This is a great little old school IPA that never fails to be enjoyable. So the first beer we tried on tap at the brewery was called Is the Manager In? This is an extra pale ale, however it is more golden in colour than you might have expected once it's poured into the glass. There's a pleasant fingertip worth of foam and there's a pleasant floral aroma on the nose. This is a beer that was brewed for International Women's Day and it was made to ensure that it would pack all the hoppy flavour and drinkability of some of Kirkstall's classic cask ales, but with an ABV pumped up to 5.5% for some well-rounded and strong, robust fruity flavours with a heavy bitter finish. If you like your beers hoppy and strong, then be sure to check this out if you see it on tap.
So women
Everywhere.
Love them all, loathe them, you can't deny that they exist.
Is that another step to get us cancelled? Yeah, that very much is.
They have the full range of facial expressions including who, me? To the more extravagant ones like, I thought this was water but it's fizzy. Now I don't know what's in my mouth, maybe I should spit it out.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I know there's a mini USB cable in this carrot, but can I honestly be asked?
We're getting cancelled. Remember, it's our mission.
Moving swiftly on, Perpetuous is a hazy New England session IPA coming in at 4.2% ABV that combines together several different American hops including Citra and Simcoe. In the glass it has a straw-coloured, hazy pale appearance with a single finger of foam. As expected with the hops being used, there are plenty of tropical notes in the aroma, predominantly grapefruit, but we're also getting some lemon and a little bit of honey in there too. On that first taste, we're getting those same fruity aromas carrying over into the flavour with some hints of pine in there. It's sweet but not too overpowering, it's soft and fruity with a sharp hoppy note and a light, tangy, bitter finish, which all makes for a lovely, easy drinking IPA. So another one of the beers that we tried in the taproom itself is Jasper. Now, what makes Jasper unique is that it's a beer that is part of a rotating series that features different combinations of fresh American hops each time it's brewed. This particular version that we tried was referred to as the Jasper Citra Mosaic, due to those hops being used. In the glass, it's a golden coloured beer, very hazy in appearance, and there's a good amount of foamy head, just over a finger's worth. It's also a very pleasant smelling beer with floral and fruity aromas. Then on the taste we're getting flavours of pink grapefruit, tropical fruits, orange, lemon and lime, with a pleasant amount of hoppiness and a lovely, soft mouthfeel.
Really smooth, really pleasant, very drinkable, goes down quite well as you can see. Fantastic, brilliant. That's You liking that?
Oh, that's nice. Nice. Very nice.
Chances are that by the time you get round to trying a Jasper yourself that it might have changed again, but try it, you definitely should do. Kirkstall Brewery have a number of beers in the Dexter range, which are all full-bodied but easy drinking milk stouts. This particular one is called Salted Caramel, which, as the name would suggest, features indulgent salted caramel flavours. Coming in at 5.5% ABV, this is a very dark brown, almost jet black coloured beer in the glass, with a tanned head of chocolatey foam and a wonderfully sweet roasted aroma. You can smell the caramel, the biscuit malt, and oh blimey, yes, it does smell really good. Upon diving in, you're greeted with a velvety, creamy body of beer that makes for a wonderful mouthfeel, before you then start to pick up on the little salty flavours, the biscuit, the caramel, some good roasted bitterness, and a little bit of chocolate sweetness. It's a stout with a nice depth in the taste, and it's absolutely wonderful. If you like your stouts, then definitely look out for this. The last beer that we had in the taproom was the Closed Loop. This is a West Coast IPA that comes in at 5% ABV. The earlier beers that we had in the taproom were on cask, on the hand pull, but this one was on keg. The first thing that struck us was how pleasant and floral that the beer was on the aroma alone. It was very inviting, and there was just a touch of orange peel in there on the nose, very nice. And then we came on to the taste itself. It was very sweet, soft and juicy. We were getting citrus, lemon, papaya, orange peel, some hints of pine coming through, with a pleasant amount of hoppiness. It made for a very drinkable IPA, nice and clean, which went down very well indeed, with a pleasant bitterness on the back end. A good, easy drinking beer to go with our pizzas.
That's very nice, is that? Good choice, mate.
Very nice.
Postman. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Very good.
And finally, for this video, we have another extra pale ale from Kirkstall, and this is the Three Swords, which I originally came across when it was being sold in the Royal Armouries, which is oddly fitting. This comes out as a very light, amber, straw-coloured beer with a good level of carbonation rolling up the glass, and about 2 fingers worth of foam. There's a good punchy aroma of citrus, passion fruit, mango and grapefruit coming from this, which is rather pleasant and very inviting. Upon diving in, on the taste it's quite bitter to begin with, probably down to the citrus, which actually does result in it being very refreshing. There's grapefruit in there, orange peel, there's that bitterness coming through. It's certainly something very unique, very zesty and punchy, like the beer equivalent of a dry white wine. So this would be a good beer to have alongside pasta and seafood dishes. Very nice, and as the slogan says on the bottle, drink and be grateful. Kirkstall Brewery are one of my favourite Yorkshire-based breweries, and the fact that I don't have to go far to sample some of their beer directly from the source is an added bonus as well. They're definitely worth checking out if you haven't done some already. They certainly don't seem to have put a foot wrong so far with the various different beers that I've tried from them so far, and this certainly won't be the last time that I'll be coming to this tap room. In fact, I think we'll end up going there for lunch again in the near future. If you find yourself in the Kirkstall area, do be sure to pay them a visit. Just look out for that big K and you can't go wrong. So that's the end of another video. If you've enjoyed this, then please do me a favour and be sure to leave a like and a comment, as it really does help out the channel. Please also subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, and be sure to ring that notification bell to receive updates on whenever I have a new video up for you to watch. Make sure to share this video across your various social media platforms, and whilst you're at it, you can give my own social media pages a follow as well. Finally, thank you for stopping by the channel, and we'll catch you again next time.